On the mountain peak of Olympus, shrouded in white clouds above the world of mortals, there existed a pantheon of gods and goddesses who ruled over every aspect of human life. The most supreme among them was Zeus, the god of the sky. He wielded his lightning bolts with great power, smiting his enemies and protecting his allies. Beside him stood Hera, his wife and sister, the goddess of marriage and family. Poseidon was there too, controlling the seas, Hades ruling the underworld, and Demeter providing sustenance through the earth and seasons. Athena was also present, wise and strategic, representing wisdom and warfare. Apollo, the radiant archer, dominated music and poetry, while Artemis, his twin sister, stalked the forests as a huntress. These were the Olympian gods, the chief deities of ancient Greek mythology. But who were these gods really? This is our channel, and today we're answering the extraordinary question, who were the Olympian gods really? Join us as we explore the captivating theories surrounding the true nature of these divine beings. Do they represent profound psychological truths? Are they symbolic myths passed down through generations? Or are they misunderstood accounts of highly advanced beings from a bygone era? Let's dive into the fascinating world of the ancient Greeks and uncover the secrets of the Olympian gods. The concept of the Olympian gods was central to the religious beliefs of the ancient Greeks. They were not just figures of faith, but influential forces that shaped the lives of mortals. Each god had their own distinct personality, powers, and domains. For example, Ares was the god of war, Aphrodite controlled love and desire, Hephaestus was the skilled craftsman, and Hermes was the messenger of the gods. These deities were not only revered but also feared. Their actions, both benevolent and malevolent, had a direct impact on the fortunes of humans. The worship of the Olympians was not a monolithic practice. It differed across the various Greek city-states. Each community had its own traditions, temples and festivals dedicated to the gods. There was no centralized priesthood, but rather a decentralized system of local cults. This led to variations in how the gods were perceived and venerated. Now let's delve into the compelling theories that challenge conventional views of the Olympians. One prevalent theory suggests that the Olympian gods were symbolic representations of fundamental human emotions, experiences, and concepts. Proponents of this view argue that these deities personified aspects of the human condition. Take, for instance, Zeus's association with the sky. This could symbolize man's early fascination with the celestial realm and the AOI it inspired. Similarly, Demeter's role as the earth goddess may represent the profound connection between humanity and the natural world. This interpretation views the myths and stories of the gods as symbolic narratives that convey deeper psychological or philosophical truths. By studying these tales, one can gain insight into the collective psyche of the ancient Greeks and their understanding of the world. Another intriguing perspective is the idea that the Olympian gods were not all-powerful, immortal beings, but rather mortals who achieved godlike status through their deeds, or were elevated to the divine realm after death. This theory suggests that the concept of immortality was central to the Greek understanding of the afterlife. The realm of the dead, ruled by Hades, was seen as a natural progression of life, not a place of punishment or reward. This challenges the traditional image of the gods as supernatural and emphasizes their more human qualities. It also raises questions about the nature of heroism and the lengths to which mortals could aspire. Further adding to the complexity, some historians argue that the familiar narrative of the Olympians overthrowing the Titans and establishing a new divine order reflects the political and social changes that occurred in ancient Greece during the transition from monarchy to oligarchy and democracy. In this interpretation, the gods become symbols of different forms of government and the struggle for power. The Titans, with their ancient ways, come to represent the old order, while the Olympians embody the new emerging values and systems. This socio-political reading of the myths offers a fresh perspective on the motivations and actions of the gods. One fascinating aspect of the Olympian gods is the recurring theme of divine-human relationships. Zeus, the supreme leader, was notorious for his numerous affairs with both goddesses and mortals. These unions often had profound consequences, producing offspring who were half gods, half human. This aspect of the myths has sparked considerable debate. Some scholars interpret these relationships as reflecting the Greeks' polytheistic beliefs and their acceptance of multiple deities as legitimate parents. Others see them as symbolic representations of the human experience, with Zeus's numerous lovers symbolizing the universality of human passion and desire. These divine liaisons add a layer of complexity to the stories and invite reflection on the nature of divinity and humanity. It is also worth noting that the Greek pantheon was not static but evolved over time. New deities were incorporated, local cults gained prominence, and existing gods took on new attributes. This dynamic nature of the religion makes it all the more fascinating to study. Furthermore, the ancient Greeks left behind a rich legacy of artistic and literary works that provide invaluable insights into their religious beliefs and practices. Sculptures, pottery, plays, and epic poems all offer glimpses into the world of the Olympians. By examining these artifacts, scholars can reconstruct the cultural context in which the myths flourished and gain a deeper appreciation for their meaning and significance. However, it is essential to acknowledge that our understanding of the ancient Greeks and their religion is inevitably limited by the passage of time and the gaps in the historical record. Many of our sources were written centuries after the classical period, and much of what we know has been filtered through the lens of later interpretations. This poses a significant challenge for historians and theologians, seeking to uncover the authentic beliefs and practices of the ancient Greeks. Despite these challenges, alternative theories regarding the Olympian gods continue to emerge. Some scholars propose that these gods were not purely mythological but were based on actual historical figures who were later deified. This view suggests that the myths served as a way to preserve the memory and legacy of these individuals. Other theories go even further, suggesting that the gods were not simply historical figures, but were in fact extraterrestrial beings who visited Earth in ancient times. Proponents of this idea often cite the gods' supposed superhuman abilities and their seemingly advanced knowledge as evidence of an extraterrestrial origin. The stories of the Olympian gods are filled with dramatic events, from the Titanomachy to the Trojan War. These narratives not only entertain, but also serve as cautionary tales, highlighting the consequences of hubris and the importance of piety. The myths teach valuable lessons about morality, duty, and the complexities of human nature. By studying these stories, one can gain a deeper understanding of the values and beliefs that shaped ancient Greek society. The worship of the Olympians played a significant role in public and private life in ancient Greece. Festivals and sacrifices were held in their honor, and temples served as important centers of religious activity. The gods were not merely distant, supernatural beings. They were deeply involved in the affairs of mortals, offering guidance, protection, and sometimes wreaking havoc. This intimate relationship between gods and humans is a recurring theme in the myths. However, it's essential to recognize that the ancient Greeks did not view their pantheon as static or unchanging. Over time, new deities were incorporated, local cults gained prominence, and existing gods took on new attributes. This dynamic nature of the religion is evident in the diversity of myths and beliefs across different regions and eras of ancient Greece. Moreover, the ancient Greeks left behind a rich legacy of artistic and literary works that provide invaluable insights into their religious beliefs and practices. Sculptures, pottery, plays, and epic poems all offer glimpses into the world of the Olympians. By examining these artifacts, scholars can reconstruct the cultural context in which the myths flourished and gain a deeper appreciation for their meaning and significance. The true nature of the Olympians remains a subject of ongoing debate and scholarly inquiry. Were they divine archetypes residing on Mount Olympus, symbolic myths passed down through oral tradition, or distorted echoes of a long-forgotten civilization with its own unique beliefs and practices? Perhaps the answer lies somewhere between these extremes. The ancient Greeks' religious beliefs were complex, multifaceted, and deeply ingrained in their culture. The Olympians, with their enduring legacy and timeless stories, continue to captivate the human imagination. As we continue to explore the rich tapestry of ancient Greek mythology, we must remain open to alternative perspectives and embrace the mysteries that surround these enigmatic gods. If you enjoyed this journey through the realm of the Olympian gods, please don't forget to subscribe and join our growing community of history enthusiasts. Thank you for joining us, and until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep discovering.